Welcome to Healthier and Happier Humans, episode 36. I'm Ashley McGee, and I'm super excited to have a guest with me, my good friend, Sarah Bonham. Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here tonight. It's awesome.
Yeah. So for people that haven't seen your viral TikTok videos, tell the people who you are.
Well, I'm Sarah Bonham. I'm a Navy wife. My husband served U.S. Navy for 16 years now, so it's been a big part of our life. We have three kids, 11, 6, and 3. So life is crazy and beautiful. And in the midst of all that, I run a business. I have several side hustles. I help my husband with real estate. So all the things, all the things.
So basically, you have a lot of free time.
Yeah, that would definitely how I would describe myself. 100%.
Oh man, the look on your face. I couldn't resist. Oh,
Yeah.
well, this is clearly the only human interaction I get on a weekly basis because I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. Um, but it's kind of funny. I consider you like one of my very good friends, but we've never met in person.
Person, yes. So crazy.
We've probably been friends for at least 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah, I think it has been about 2 years. Now, has it
Yeah,
been 3? Gosh,
I don't
man,
know.
crazy. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, nuts. Um, and I feel the same. You've been such a supporter of not just my business, but so many women's businesses. And you're such a light when it comes to like women empowerment. And when I think of you, that's what I think of. I think of like support and encouragement and women power and like all the things. And so
Man,
that
now you
is,
make me cry like actual tears. Uh,
if I had to describe you, that is the first thing that I think of is just women empowerment and support and love. And I think that's a really cool thing to be known for and recognized for. And
yeah,
so,
I mean, and that's what like you just like hit me like right in the soul. Because that's the dream, right? Like that's obviously something I definitely stand for, but I I think that's a really high compliment, so thank you. And I promised to people watching I did not bring Sarah on so she would compliment me endlessly. Um,
this is just organically happening, right? We're just having a conversation, is what we had discussed. So, yes.
well, yeah, no, I totally appreciate that. And it's been so fun for both of us to grow in like our entrepreneurial journeys together. And I've really enjoyed like bouncing ideas off of you and really like letting our creative juices flow. But it is a health show. um and so I wanted to talk about your health journey and also like specifically how you've dealt with body positivity. So first, give me a little bit of a background on like your story with your health.
Yeah. So when my husband and I first met, we were super into fitness. We ate really clean. That got intensified when I got pregnant. We ate even cleaner. We worked out even more. I mean, I was probably more fit when I was pregnant than I was beforehand. We were so strict about our diet. I had this love of fitness, and so I got my certification. I was a group fitness instructor for several years. You didn't know that? Yeah, right. I had my own boot camp class that I ran, and this was all in Virginia.
Mhm.
And then life hit me in the face. No, I shouldn't say that. I had two more kids. Is what happened. The reality is I had two more kids, and my husband was actually home. So when I had my son, he was never home.
Mm.
As a military spouse, I poured into my fitness. When he was gone, I worked out a ton. I mean, really my job was to be an amazing mom and work out. Like that was all I did. And for a lot of us, I mean, you know, we packed up our house and I moved back home.
Yeah.
He was literally never home. And so I really jumped into my fitness and my health and my nutrition. And when he came back, life happens, right? We had 2 more kids. He was home, which meant we were going out to dinner and we were eating all the fun things. And honestly, we had just gotten to the point in our lives where we still do, we have felt like we're in survival mode. We're just like, just feed the tummies, just feed the bellies, whatever fills everybody up. Like we got things to do and we gotta go, and that's so far away from where we had started from. And so for me, my body image and knowing where we were and where we came from, what our mindset was. I mean, my son had never even touched fast food. I mean, he still to this day, because that wasn't part of growing up, he's still like, oh, like what is that? Whereas my other 2 are more a little bit more like, oh, we love Chick-fil-A. So it's it's been hard for me because I know where I came from and I have seen my body completely change from where I was to where I am today. And then ever since, I mean, this back and forth yo-yo with my body, with my weight, with eating clean, with not eating clean, with exercising consistently, with not. And I had to learn to give myself and my body grace and love, and realize like I had 3 babies come out of this, like 3 kids nursed from me, like 3 babies got like pushed out of that. Like, I mean, it does so much for your body. And the reality is working out 6 days a week, 3 hours a day, like I had done before, is not realistic to my life today, you know? And so learning, you know, many things from you, just those practical healthy habits, those things to not so much worry about like what the scale says about me, but making those healthy daily choices and knowing that no matter what my body may look like through the extra skin and the yo-yo weight that I've gone through, that I'm making healthy choices and I'm healthy. I'm a healthy human being. And that's taken time. I mean, if I'm honest with you, I still have days where I struggle with that.
Yeah.
But I'm, you know, 2 girls that are watching me that I feel like I need to be an example of, like, you're not, you know, one size isn't beautiful. There's so many sizes that are beautiful. And truly, your beauty comes from within, the confidence. I mean, I have seen women that are absolutely stunning on the outside, but their confidence is so low that it's not attractive. And then I've seen women who I think society would say is not fit, not healthy, right? Not beautiful, but her confidence is like up here, and like she's the life of the party, and you want to hang out with her and that's attractive and beautiful. And so that's kind of where I am, is just learning to be confident with, you know, in my own skin and what I look like today, and loving my body through it all, and not comparing my today self with my 10-year ago self. Right? Like,
I think so many of us fall into that trap for sure. And I've been finding a lot too. I notice when I hop on consultation calls with like potential clients, something I've heard women say over and over again is, well, you know, I wish I didn't hate my body, and like, I know I'm not supposed to think like that, but it's the reality. And I've realized that, you know, and with this like body positivity discussion, it has more nuance, I think, than what people have given it credit for. And so it almost feels like a lot of times it's like, hey, women, you need to love your body. And if you don't, that's yet another thing you're not doing right.
And I agree with that completely too. I mean, it's okay. It is okay to want to be healthier. It's okay to want to lose weight. It's okay to want certain things. I think the big thing for me is learning how to not wait to love myself when I get to point B, but love the whole journey and love the whole
Yeah.
process, right? Like there
Yeah.
are absolutely things that I want to change about my body, living healthier, better, even better choices, eating even cleaner, exercising even more consistently, like all those things. I agree. I think that's a huge topic. Like, well, you should be ashamed if you don't love the skin that you're in right now, right? Like, I mean, it's okay. It's okay to want. It's okay to want,
Yeah. Yeah.
different things. Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? And I think so often, like our body, we forget like what our body is capable of. I mean, like you mentioned, like you have brought 3 lives into this world, like with your body. Like that's crazy. Like women's bodies are insane. But I've also, I mean, obviously I have not had kids yet. It's in the plan in the next few years. But so I can't quite fully commiserate yet. But I've heard a lot of women also talk about like they feel almost disconnected to their body after a pregnancy. Is that something that you experienced at all?
Well, I mean, since we're talking to all women here, right? Are we talking to all women? Is this like a?
I mean, it's gonna go on the gram and stuff, but dudes probably lost interest as soon as we mentioned like things coming out of our bodies in the first place. So let's be honest. Like, we don't talk about bodies, no.
So I think we do. I probably TMI. I mean, my boobs. I used to love when my husband played with those things. Like there was all kinds of fun. It actually stimulated me a little bit. It was like actually kind of got me excited. After babies, I'm like, dude, I have had 3 kids suck on those things for milk. There is no sexual emotion right here anymore. And so I do think you you physically lose certain sensations that you may have had before, versus now. And then a huge part of me was emotionally. Like I was such a independent, like strong-willed person before I had kids. And then I remember, especially being a military wife, I was typical military story. Like we got married super young. I was 18. My dog. For the first 3 years of my life, I'm sorry, not my life, but the first 3 years of marriage, I remember not being called by my name. I wasn't Sarah. I was Bonham's wife or Jared's mom for 3 years. And I didn't realize like the mental psychology that was going on in the back of my mind. When someone doesn't call you by your name for 3 years, like I had totally lost a sense of my identity and my worth and my love and respect for myself. My husband was doing these amazing things. Sorry. These drills. Sorry. These drills, they were jumping out of helicopters and doing all these exciting things. And back then I was an adrenaline junkie too, so that was like hard to listen to. And I was like, I like diapers today. Like I was so, and that's a horrible thing too, right? Like I should have been like, oh, I'm a mom. And that's another thing, right? Like, oh, you feel bad if you want to work when you're a stay-at-home mom, or you feel bad if you do work and you should be at home, or you are home and you feel bad because like you don't feel like you're really doing anything amazing. Although we are. I mean, like you're shaping the next generation. Like that's huge.
Yeah.
But in the midst of it, like the day by day, this, your eyes twitching because the kids are fighting, you want to rip out your hair, like sometimes it's hard. It's hard to really know and figure out who you are, whether you're a working mom, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're trying to balance both. I do think you lose a little sense of, but you can have it back. That's the thing too. Like I've really learned that you can have it back. And actually, Ashley and I met in another company. We were both in the same company. We also did that's not how we met, but it was, but it wasn't. We were part of like the same team.
Yeah, honestly, like you were like just a name that I like would see in a Facebook group. I was like, I know of her and who her upline is. It's pretty much back when I was, actively doing like network marketing stuff. Yeah.
I mean, network marketing, I mean, it really did give me a sense of purpose when I needed it the most. And so, finding who I was, finding my strength, pushing past my obstacle, like my mental like head garbage, pushing past like physical mental obstacles, pushing past rejection, learning how to love myself when others didn't want anything to do with me, right?
Yeah.
So
No,
that
I
was a
mean,
huge thing too.
I agree 100%. I don't think I had ever picked up a personal or professional development book until I started, in like network marketing. And I think that that's something that people really underestimate about that community. Um, and then obviously that's expanded into like entrepreneurship in general. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like in order to put yourself out there, you have to go through so much growth. Um,
Yes.
and I mean, I feel like a completely different person like every year. Like I look back a year ago and I'm like, wow, I went through so much growth this year. Um, but I think especially going back to like the body image linked to confidence, how many women are not achieving their full potential and not reaching for those dreams and opportunities because they don't feel comfortable or confident in their own body. And like,
Yeah.
that's why this matters, because each and every person, like every woman has something amazing to bring to this world. Like it may be like the world's best grilled cheese sandwich, but like they, or they're like solving world hunger. Like, but if they're not like comfortable putting themselves out there, like that's a loss to the world. And that's to me is the great tragedy, which I think is why you and I are both really driven in the work that we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, in so many ways, I almost said no to the opportunity that I'm living today. That has been the biggest blessing for our family, and not just our family, and not even just financially, but so many other people's families. I run, for those of you who don't know, I run an online activewear line. And so I run an online shop, and I almost didn't join because I didn't feel fit enough to
Mm,
rep for an activewear company. Like that
mm,
was, if I could pinpoint one thing, like I really was like this close to not joining because I was like, I have a mom bod. I had gained the most weight that I had ever been prior to joining my business, and I was in such a like mental rut, physical, mental, and I was like, I can't wear cute activewear and wrap it and sell it. And then I realized that most women were like me. Like my niche was gonna be the moms. We're gonna be the moms who struggled when they woke up looking at the mirror and trying to find confidence in themselves. Like, and that's where I was. And when I put the clothes on, I just felt confident again. I felt motivated again. I've lost 15 pounds since, starting with that company. And it's been awesome, and I really think that we actually, going back to what you talked about, like that the journey, right?
mhm,
I really do think society tells us when you get to, destination B, then you'll feel good about yourself, then you'll
mhm,
love yourself.
mhm.
And although it's okay to have that destination and that goal and that wherever you're trying to shoot for, I think is awesome and those are good things to have. I also think it's equally as important to love yourself now because loving myself is what made me get up and move again.
Yeah,
You know, it
yeah.
wasn't when I wasn't loving my body, I wasn't moving. It was when I started to love my body again, where I started like I snapped from that like mental
Mhm.
break that I had. And it was,
Yeah. I mean, it's the same, like all my clients, like that's where I start with them because ultimately, like when you love and respect your body, you make choices that are good for it. Because if you hate yourself, you will make choices that punish yourself. It's
yeah.
um, yeah. And we're, God, these interviews always go so fast. I'm like looking at the time. I'm like, oh man, we're running out of time already. Yeah. It's been like 25 minutes. So, but something I do really want to touch on quickly is how, what practices did you put into place to work on your own self-love and self-confidence?
Oh, so it's probably been a combo of different things, but I'll be really honest with you. A lot of it was just taking the time, and don't be afraid to spend money on yourself. Whether it's, getting a better quality, like whether it's better nutritional products or better, skincare and makeup. Spend a little extra money, get the quality stuff, the stuff that's actually going to make your skin look better, your body feel better, your body feel and look better in the clothes that they're in. Like, and that's something I learned from my mom. My mom would come and she's like, why are you spending, like, you have all these clothes, but it doesn't make you look good or feel good. But I bought them because they were cheap,
Mm,
right? Like, I bought them because they were on sale. I bought them because, like, so my mom's like, buy less clothes, but spend a little bit more money. And I think I've learned that in life too. A little bit of extra spending, but better quality,
mm,
less spending. In reality, right? That's helped me. To really look at myself. And again, I have goals for myself, you guys. Like, I've got goals. I want to lose that. Right? Like, I've got goals, but at the same time, I don't hate myself when I look at myself in the mirror, because
yeah.
and it's not just when I put on my clothes. It's not only when I have clothes on, but it helps. I mean, I'll
Mm,
be really honest with you. And when I look at myself, like, I'm like, dang, like sometimes I'm like, yeah, and my husband does too. He's like, yeah, you look so good. I'm like, like, so I think for me, it really has been, all right, Ashley, when you get a new pair of Nike shoes, what do you want to do? Like, when you get some new running shoes, what do you want to do?
It's so funny because I literally have a new pair of Nikes in the mail and I cannot wait for them to get here because I want to work out in them, right? Like, yeah. Well,
Yep.
and like
So,
you, I have a full activewear like addiction. Like, I mean, this is you. I'm pretty much always wearing Zio,
that's it.
you know. So anyone that ever sees like my workout videos or anything like that, like I am always in this stuff. Why? Because it's comfortable. It doesn't
Mhm.
move. Like I've ran half marathons in it. It doesn't chafe. Um,
Mhm.
like and it's
I
pretty. It's pretty and it's cute.
I was wearing activewear before, all this, and I was still in my mental fog. And what I realized was I was wearing stuff that wasn't really made for my body. I
Mhm,
was wearing things that didn't flatter my body. And
mhm,
so when I looked at myself naked or with clothes, not one moment in the day did I feel confident and sexy and motivated.
mhm.
And the day I got my workout clothes, my clothes from Zion, I slipped them on. I was like, dang. And like you said, Ashley, when you feel good about your body and you feel confident, you do good things for yourself.
Mhm.
And that very next day, I was in the gym, and I've been in the gym more consistently than I have in the last 4 years. And I'm eating better because I'm at the gym more, right? So, like, all those like healthy habits, right?
Mhm.
Drinking more water because, like, I'm like, well, I want to be
That's
fit.
good.
I want to look, right? Like, and so for me, and I think it's different for everybody. I think we all have that, like, that light bulb moment or something, that switch that just finally triggers in us. Sometimes it is as simple as getting some new shoes or getting a new water bottle so you can fill it up. Like, I got a new water bottle that actually every hour it tells me how much I need to drink.
Mhm.
So that helps me. New clothes, whatever it is to just help you like, okay, I look good, I feel good, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go run, I'm going to do something great for myself. So it sounds silly, but it really was the clothes that kind of got me like out of my own funk because I could see myself, you
I love,
know?
yeah. No, and honestly, like I think that's actually really good to hear because like I'm a big believer in like positive affirmations, like daily affirmations. That's kind of like my main way to deal with like body positivity and stuff like that. But I think sometimes too, like I mean, like even during this like quarantine, because this is being taped like during the COVID pandemic, right? So um there's some days where I'm like, I just need to put on makeup so like I feel pretty. Like I am daydreaming about wearing a dress and heels and going to a bar with my friends, right? Like sometime like the way we treat ourselves and the way we look and dress, like that has a big impact on confidence. And you see it all the time with like women that don't feel comfortable in their body, they wear black shapeless things, because they're trying to hide. So but I think if you were just like for just a conversation like, well, man, maybe you should like wear clothes that you actually feel comfortable in, people would be like, oh, that's so like surface or materialistic or whatever. It's like, nah, dude, like this stuff works. It's actually simpler than I think we make it sometimes. So I think that's a really valid perspective and things that people need to hear. Women need to hear it.
I mean, I didn't know that that's what was. I didn't know that that is what would have triggered me to like get into gear. You know what I mean? I had no idea that getting some new activewear was what was going to help me get out of my funk. And that hasn't been the only thing, but it's been a ripple effect, right? Like healthy choices and good things. And but along the way, I've also learned to be more confident. Like I look at myself in the mirror today, and I'm like, you know what? These stretch marks, it's for that little girl right over there, and for that gigantic kid because he's not little anymore over there, and I'm looking over here, and no joke, like my boobs look like raisins with nipples on them. Like they are so deflated and so sad. No joke, actually, like things that you get to look forward to. No, some people get bigger boobs. I mean, some people get like really blast in the chest. I got shriveled up and dried up. But, again, with the right clothes, like I can feel good again. I can feel good in my body and have that confidence to go out. And it's awesome, It really is. Like it's awesome.
we
So
we covered I
exciting
think
for you, Ashley.
I think this is the most like hashtag real talk we've had on this show so far. So I love it. I love the how candid you're being because I think I think the more we talk about this stuff, like the more we'll get rid of the stupid taboos in our society and stuff like that. So I love it.
Well, I think too, like we're not. I think people think they're alone. Like women think they're alone. I'm like, no, I've got raisin and nipple boobs too. Like it's fine.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
someone's watching and like, oh my god, like, and now they're gonna have gratitude for what they have because they're like, well, mine's not as worse as that girl's. Hopefully, I give someone some gratitude for your body that you're in right now because, yeah. So, anyway.
Oh my God, I love it. And I love you. Thank you so much, Sarah. If people, want to get more of your positivity, follow you on TikTok because your videos are hilarious. And like, I'm not personally on TikTok, but I'm very grateful you post them to your IG stories because I watch them there. Where, or if they want to get their hands on some sweet, sweet activewear because seriously, it will change their life. Where can people find you?
So Sarah Bonham is where you can find me on TikTok and on Instagram. It's Heart Hope Hustle, heart.hope.hustle. And the best place to stay connected is my private customer page. So you don't have to be a customer. You can just join for the fun. Ashley's in there a lot, you guys, pouring her positivity and energy in there. We've got a lot of other great women that share like recipes and styling ideas and tips. And
I feel like I mostly just come in there with silly selfies. That's
I like it. I mean, you come in there with some good health tips. And so like there's been some good ones in there. And anyways, Ashley's in there a lot. You'll have a face that you know. But I'll post the link in Ashley in the comment in Ashley's group.
Yeah,
So you
we'll
can,
put all the things in comments, show notes, depending on where you're seeing this. Yeah.
Seriously,
So,
even share the link. I'd love to connect, and we can at least laugh at my boobs together. So.
oh my God, I'm going to figure out a way to bring that up at some point in a really funny way that you're not expecting, because that's just it's too good. It's gonna come back. Sarah, thank you so much. This has been a delightful conversation. And again, thank you for being so real and open about your journey and your struggles and your raisin boobs. I can't even say
They're so sad. But it's okay. I still love myself, so it's fine. Like I'm confident enough to talk about them, and I used to not be. So that's progress, and I'm proud of that.
I love it.
So that is a good thing.
I love it. Well, everyone, until we talk again, go out and live your healthiest and most abundant life, and we will talk soon.